So, welcome to the latest video. I got tied up with doing sort of the goal of the month and everything yesterday, so didn't get a chance to do it. So today's chairman video just a day late. Bear with me; it will happen at times. Generally, I try keep it dropping on the right day, but sometimes it goes a bit wild. But one advantage of being a day late is I can wish Jason, who is our facilities manager, a happy birthday today. Um, Preparing for some marathon. So um, bear with him. He'll get through doing his marathon, and then he can get back to getting on the beer and celebrating on the coaches, and back to his 110% self rather than just 100% Jason. It's absolute joy to work alongside with the club. So it just wouldn't be the same without him. So a massive happy birthday to him. Other stuff to go through. Our online shop is now live. So we've sort of pre-released it to our owners, but it's going to be going on social media probably on Friday for everyone to see. But if you're listening to this, the website you want to go to is etcfc.square.site. And that will take you to the website. No www dot or anything, just that. And that's now all live. We ship worldwide. So we've had a couple of owners from the US jump on it straight away. So thank you very much to you guys. But yeah, shipping around the world. Just get on there, buy stuff. So we've got the programs on there, we've got the merch on there. We're going to be having our sponsorship packages live on there. So it's all going to go on there just to make everything really, really easy and all in one place. So a massive thank you to Jono helping get all the stock in, because in the past we were just doing order by order, which when you're early on makes sense. You don't want to be sat there with a load of stock. Now we've got a good feeling for what sells, and like some of the polos that have always gone really well. We're not changing the badge in any time of the foreseeable future. Personally, I'd never change it, but that's an ownership decision down the line. But those kind of things we can buy, they're never going to go out of date or anything. So yeah, we've got a handful of them, a handful of other stuff. By all means, jump on there, buy anything you want. Um, the game Saturday, it was a game of two halves very much. The first half was very much close. I thought watching it back, you could have got a couple more goals maybe in the first half. It's just hey, the ball bounces certain ways. There's luck involved in everything, from the Premier League down to sort of tier 11 where we play. But then that they proved they had that slight bit more in the second half, and fair play to them. They're up there with one of the best in the league. They're now third in the league. They are a good team, and it just allows us see the level we just need to get to. We're not far off it, but it keeps us humble, and allows us just to keep seeing, hey, we need to get a little bit better. Um, because when we kind of, the league is very much split into there's a top five and there is the other 10 teams. There's a decent gap in there. So let me just grab the exact point number. So the top five sit between 47 and 54 points, and then the rest of the league is 10 to 31. Um, 10's kind of dropped off the bottom, but 18 to 31 then is sort of 14 to 6th. So it's very much that there's two league tables here. There is that top group of five that are kind of running away with it. And each time we play that top five, that's what I'm really, really interested in. Can we match them? How are we looking? And to be fair, all the recent ones, you even go back to Kings Park where we lost 2-1. We were close and we were in that. So it's one where you can get promoted out this league by just beating the rest and drawing with the top five. So it's one that I'm not worried. But every I'm more intrigued every time we play those top five than when we play everyone else. Just for that reason of when we can start beating them, that's the point where we know we've really got it and we're really looking good. So just to run through on those top five teams: Kings Park, Earls Colne, Brighton Lindsay Town, Cresing United, Thorpe Athletic. And interestingly, three of those teams came up last season. So Kings Park, Cresing, and Thorpe all got promoted last season. So it's one where they've really come straight into it and got stuck in. So no reason we can't next year be cemented around those top five. And if we just look at the first six games were rough. No one, if you speak to fans, committee, management, players, they're all going to agree with that. If you just take those first six games out and go, hey, points per game, where are we? We'd have 32 points from the rest of the season. So it would be sixth, but just off of that top five. And that's it. We only need to get slightly better and we jump into that group of the top five. So that's something that the managers play are working really hard, constantly getting better. Overall, obviously, there's going to be odd weeks where it goes slightly down and odd weeks where it jumps a bit and then comes back more. But there has been kind of a steady improvement all the way through the season. And that's kind of, if you ask me what I wanted to see first year, that's effectively it. I wanted to see improvement as we went along, because if it was one where we got better for 1 month, then we spent 2 months getting worse, then we got a bit better and we got to spend 2 months getting worse, it's like, what are we doing? Do we need to do something better? How's it go? But there has just been that constant improvement, and that's why I think we're in a really, really good spot. It feels like we're already pretty much close to the end of the season, even though we played 21 games, we've got 28 to go in total, so we've got 7 games left. But it feels pretty close to that end of the season. We're 3 quarters of the way through, um, but it's one that we're setting ourselves up nicely for really, really giving it a good go. And I think if we can finish this season and we can consider ourselves kind of the best of the rest in that sort of second table of 10, that's a really, really impressive year one. And then year two, it's like, let's crack this top five. Let's put ourselves in with the big boys. So yeah, overall, really optimistic on where we are, and that's a massive thank you to the management team, the playing squad, the rest of the committee for all the work they put in. Voting went live for player and goal of the month. So as I said, I put video up last night, which is our 6 goals. It's nice to have a handful of a selection for goal of the month. I did worry when I started doing goal of the month that are we going to have a time where we only get 1 or 2 goals in the month, and it's like this is grim. But no, you got 6 goals there, so I've had 2 goals in every game. You can't deny you were getting your money's worth when it comes to the ball hitting the back of the net. So 6 goals to choose from. You've got until midnight on Friday, because that's the end of the month. And then we'll announce the winners on Monday at the next owners meeting. So get that in your diary. And if you're thinking, oh, I'd like to be able to vote in this, I've seen the goals, become an owner. We've got 268 owners all around the world. So I've got 267 of them in a map that I put onto social media yesterday. So by all means, fire up our social media. I've done a map and they've all got little heart icons for where all the owners are. It's a nice bit of mapping that I use when everyone signs up. Just that interest to see where they are. Obviously, strong population around the East Thurrock area, but they're all around the UK. It's a massive group in the US that I really love. I think there's about 17, 18 of them over there. There's some all around Europe, the one in Saudi. A guy over in Russia that used to follow the old club. I believe he came across a similar route to me through Football Manager. You've got someone down in Australia. So we're really, really everywhere. So don't look at this and go, oh, I enjoy watching the videos, I enjoy watching the games on VO, but why should I become an owner? I'm in X country. There's no reason. Jump on it. You are as part of this as much as I am. So please consider just clicking that link. It's £5 a month. So it's not going to cost you very much. So regardless of where you are in the UK, in the world, become an owner of the club. Get stuck in. We record all sort of the owners' meetings. So we send a recording to them out. You get an email each week with every penny in and out the club. So we're super transparent in that aspect. So if you want to know, hey, where's all the money going to football club? We're spreading all that information. We want to be as open as we can, because that's what I'd want. Who doesn't? Who sits there and moans about their Premier League club they support and it's like, oh, I just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We're opening that up and changing it. So by all means, give us a chance, sign up. And hey, if you do it for 1 month and you decide actually I didn't like it, it's £5. It's not the end of the world. So consider doing that. Payday's coming up the end of the month. Perfect time to become an owner of East Thurrock Community Football Club. As always, up the rocks and have a great week.